Everyone, wanted to thank you for taking the time. Going to try to be quick here. We created the slide deck to really go over some main things to be aware of about going solar in Alberta and really kind of what to expect in terms of next steps and actual deliverables. So obviously the key idea is really to understand, is this going to be a viable investment for your home? It's not for everyone, but that's why we try to make it as easy as possible for you guys to look at the numbers, get a quote, and really understand what's involved. And you can decide if the math makes sense for you. But really going to go over, again, kind of the three-step process, just kind of the financing options, a little bit overview on the current situation for the CEIP, the Clean Energy Improvement Program, and how net billing, this really important policy in Alberta for solar, and lastly, kind of, the proposal stage and what to expect there. So really, it's a three-step path. Book a call, upload a bill. We'll get your usage and really try to map out what an appropriate system would look like for your home. You can't get more solar than your home actually needs. So that's why it's really important you have it sized correctly by professionals who have a lot of experience in terms of sizing these systems and navigating through the permit process, et cetera. So you'll get a custom design, and lastly, you'll get a proposal. You can kind of see what that might look like on your home and really start to break down your ROI and what would it cost you, for example, if you were to not go solar, but really so you can just kind of see the numbers. So if you haven't lived in your home in less than 3 months, that's really not enough usage. We really need 3 months minimum usage. Obviously, a year would be ideal, but with 3 months, we can kind of forecast it relatively accurately depending on past data. But if you're still in your new home, we'll follow up with you in about 3 months here and get a bill from you to kind of go to that next step. So financing, there's really kind of two most popular options in Alberta now that the Greener Homes loan has ended. There's the CEIP. It's an Alberta-specific provincial program. It's offered on a city-by-city basis. So some cities have funding, some cities don't. So we'll kind of go over a chart on that next, which cities still have active funding. So then you can do payment through the property tax bill. There's no separate loan required. It's just all tied to your property tax bill. So your property tax bill will obviously increase to pay for that solar, but it's still a very low interest and no upfront cost loan. So you don't have to put anything upfront to get the solar installed on your house and start saving. But the caveat, there's finite spots. It fills up much faster now that the Greener Homes loan has ended. So that has put a lot more demand on this Alberta program. So you really have to have your ducks in a row and be prepared if your city is about to open, you're ready for that application process. The second is Financeit. It's a private loan program offered by many of our installers. It's really the most popular method is to bridge it. So you start out with the Financeit program, and then if CEIP opens in your city, you transition to the CEIP program for, again, very competitive interest rates. But this is what the interest rate looks like, kind of staggered out over time here. That's why it's called a bridge. It eventually bridges up, but the goal is obviously to get you on the CEIP if and when that opens. So this is an example graph you guys can check out on our website. We really try to kind of give you a visual of what that, ROI comparison would look like between typical loan offerings. You can kind of play with that here. Most importantly, the cost of not going solar, as you can see, it really adds up, especially with the rate increases. So this is a quick look on the CEIP status. Again, these will open and close. Calgary especially are getting ready to open funding in 2026. So really urge you guys to get this process started now to be ready for that. We'll guys keep you posted. So this may change obviously over time. Quick tip about Edmonton. They require a 3 upgrade bundle to apply for the CEIP. So you're getting some other, minor retrofits, kind of energy efficient directed, which our installers also provide those services. So you can kind of bundle those in and see if it makes sense still with the CEIP math. So again, net billing is really the core economic driver of what makes solar such a financially sound investment in Alberta. Really, the idea is we have incredibly sunny summers. And so all that excess sun your panels generate that your home doesn't use, that's used to help pay down your winter bills. So that's why, again, ROI can be as soon as 10 years, but you may be on average 12 to 15 in Alberta. So it's really helps pay down, keep those bills low year round. You can see here, here's an example of this visual. The orange or the yellow is how much the home produced with its solar panels, and the orange is how much the home used. You can see that huge excess. If you were to level that out, it would cover all of these winter bills as well. And this is where you kind of see these crazy negative electric bills in the summertime for Alberta because you have what's called the microgen credit. That's all the excess energy being directed back into the grid that you later get credited for. So the Solar Club is also huge for Alberta solar homeowners. Essentially, it's just optimizing between rates for different seasons. So this results in higher, overall savings on a month-to-month, year, and cumulative basis. So the proposal is really useful. Again, it's just a visual layout of the panels would look like, size to your correct usage. We go over equipment options, financial clarity, protection, what's included, all of that. So, really take time to dive into these and ask as many questions as you need. And then this is the install partner in your area you're being directed with initially. They're Orizon Energy based in Edmonton and Calgary, serving really most all of Alberta. We've had a really good experience hearing back from our referrals from these guys. So we just, trust them and urge you guys to, look into them and get a quote from them first because, yeah, they do really good work. So again, if solar is right, solar isn't for everyone. Just really do your diligence here. But ideally, people who are set on staying in their homes, if you're in the metro or kind of like neighborhoods, we'll probably service you. If you're in a rural area, we'll connect you with another installer who can serve you out there. But yeah, your next two steps, just please, if you haven't already, book a call, upload a bill, and then it's as simple as that. You can get a proposal, start seeing the numbers, get any questions answered, and if that makes sense, really start to buckle down and see if you can apply for CEIP in your program. So I really appreciate your time, everyone. Thanks a lot.